Good morning in there, out there. Come in here, out here, with a rambunctious. Oh, she's curling up. Curl up. There you go. Curl up. Good girl. So, good morning. Welcome to the Sentimentalist. Hi, Mark. Slurp to start the day. Boy, we have some beautiful snow. Of course, that's goes back and forth. You know, it's a beautiful thing. But we have some things that need to be delivered. I bet you do. Slurp. Hello in there, out there. And I suppose it's a mixed thing for you all, for all of us, huh? How that works? Yeah. We want some things delivered. We have this sharp hill coming up to the garage here. It's tough to make, well, look at this. It's tough to make it up that hill. That's my girl. Can you get down? No, not really. Yeah.
I think she's got some mustache caught in her mouth.
Do you have a mustache caught in your mouth, sweetheart? Let's get that taken care of. Can we? I don't know if we can. Oh, there's a little bit. There you go. Oh, give me the side eye. She gave me the side eye. Oh, you know, we watched. Oh, by the way, see this gorgeous, unbelievable sweater? Look at the different patterns in there. Guess who made that? Julie. Yeah. Just look. Oh gosh, it's just being like being cuddled all the time. Snow falling? Does the camera show the snow?
I don't know.
Not the flakes, but I mean the landscape part.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, definitely. Okay, so you can see how pretty it is. And yeah, it really is. Just, you know, a grateful thing every day. Well, we finally got all the Christmas stuff. You want to get down? Want to get down? Down. Oh, no, down. You get down. Get puff. Oh, puff. Get down. Get down. Good girl. Look at that. Stay. No. There you go.
It's not quite enough.
No, I better move over a little bit, huh? How's that? Is that better? You do have some stuff caught, don't you, sweetie? Yeah, that's some eating. Boy, she loves snow to eat. It's just one big Dairy Queen world out there. It's just chomp, chomp, chomp. Yeah, need another slurp though. Man, I hope you're taking it easy. This is hard to take. Julie's had a hard time with it. We do. Tea rump. So you have to put on a sweater that Julie makes, and then and look out at the beautiful snow. I don't want to be self-helpy. But I do think it's important to really pay attention to what's wonderful about things. It can be the smallest thing, you know. Get out an old photograph album or something. That's not a small thing, but you know what I mean. Read a book that you didn't have to, that isn't unsettling. I'm tired of people telling me what to read. When I want to read an easy-to-read book, I want to read an easy-to-read book for comfort, not for literary reasons. Okay, movie recommendation. Jules. 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 I'm not going to give it away, but what matters to an 80-year-old is this Ben Kingsley, Jane Curtin they've done a movie with older people in it and about older people, and it is so quiet and so interesting and easily complex for the lives of the people, and it's so gentle, it's remarkable. So Jules, Jules. Julie, as soon as it was over, she said, "Can we watch it again?" Just meant so much. Yeah, it's so hard when life in the past is longer. I admit to not having an easy time with it. Valentine's Day. Did you go to a elementary school where everybody had to have a Valentine? Julie and I decided that Valentine's Day for us, after all these years, has become one of those things where you feel kind of obligated, and so we've decided every day is Valentine's Day. Not in some sappy way. It just is. Just is. Yeah. So, another fascinating movie, but challenging, is American Fiction. It's based on a novel by Percival Everett, and it's a movie to watch during Black History Month, which has been all but extinguished. They're trying to get rid of Black History Month. Anything that brings us together, we wouldn't want to have, right? Oh boy, breaks your heart. Medgar Evers, John Lewis. So let's talk about Black History Month a little bit. So we're going to drop it. And don't you just love, I have to read it, that you remember that, how can you forget, the Proud Boys? Well, don't you just love that there's this black church, you've probably heard this, the Metropolitan African Methodist Episcopal Church has an international trademark for the Proud Boys. And so they have...
they've been awarded
it by a judge. Mm-hmm. And the Proud Boys now have stolen it, and they're don't they have to pay them $2 million or something?
No, they were awarded it because the Proud Boys performed some violent act during the Black Lives Movement, tore down the sign of theirs and stuff, and so they won a suit, but the Proud Boys have not been paying up.
Okay, so the Proud Boys tore down a Black Lives Matter sign at that church and did some violence to it, of course, and all for the good of us all. And but the Proud Boys aren't paying the suit. They're not. They don't have a nickel to give them. Oh gosh! But my dad. Here's my Black History thing. My dad graduated from college on a Sunday and went to boot camp on a Monday the next day. And this is partly how I am, not about me, but how I'm dealing with this time. I keep thinking of World War II, my mother living with her mother, and my father gone. And what did they do every day to just keep going? And it's a good thing maybe to have what they did was set it up so that they knew what they were going to do the next day. They just so they woke up knowing and looking forward to, it could be just listening to the radio. But, for years, wondering what's going to happen to my father. And so he's at boot camp, and they make him a captain, and he's the head of a black company. So this is the first time he's discovered, I'm the white guy, I'm the captain of a black sergeant and a black company. and at boot camp, he was in 10, 5, 10. You're holding up 10 fingers.
Yeah, that means we've just passed 10 minutes.
Oh, we've just passed it. Well, I better go fast. So he's, he discovers he's over here sleeping, showering, going to the toilet and all that, and his men are over here in another building. And he, wait a minute, this is the first time he's ever encountered this. He's from Pittsburgh. Didn't have that. Then he discovers his men don't have this same equipment as the white companies. There's this beat up, and he goes right into the general. He says, my men, they're heading to Europe. They need the same equipment. And he won that. He convinced him. And that was the beginning of his whole life. He led that company through Europe and into the Philippines and through the Philippines and all the way till the end of the war while my mother and grandmother sat at home. And that was the beginning of his civil rights consciousness before civil rights, right? This is World War II. And then in 1958, still before consciousness, he starts Three Black Guys. Yet the president of the college calls him in and just fiercely says, none of that, next game, and he holds up 2 fingers. And then my father, I said to ask him at lunch, what are you going to do? And he said, next game, and he held up 4 fingers. And I know that a lot of you already know that story. So I'll finish. How about this old sleepyhead here? I'll finish with a poem, but before that, his team was the #1 Division III team in the country, and an all-black school, Grambling College, was #2. And the State Department, this is what it was like, okay? 1962. The State Department decides to have a goodwill tour of these 2 teams to show all the way around. We went all the way around South America, playing in each major city. Well, the idea was that, see, a all-white team and a black team can be together. Well, the 2 coaches thought, this looks a little like separation to us and just traveling together. So they mixed the teams up. Just it's amazing little things like that matter. And one of the stars of that Grambling team was Willis Reed. And he was 6'10", and it was a cold day in Chile because it was the winter down there. We were going in the summer up here. And my mother was so cold that Willis Reed gave her his coat to wear, and she looked like Dopey. Well, Valentine's Day, I got more stuff, but let's read a love poem. And it has a brilliant title, Love Poem. And there was a lunch. John Woods, was a poet, was having lunch with the poet John Hollander, and John told me later that John Hollander makes the smallest talk I've ever heard. Isn't that great? So that's the epigraph to this love poem. The smaller the talk, the better. I want gnomes in my mouth. I want to sit with you and have us solemnly delight in dust and one violet, and our 4th night out, and buttonholes. I want us to spend hours counting dog hairs and looking up who hit 240 in each of the last 10 years. I want to talk about the weather, and detergents and carburetors, and debate which pie our mothers made the best. I want us to shrivel into nuthatches, realize the metaphysics of crossword puzzles, wait for the next sports season, and turn into sleep, holding each other's favorite flower, day, color, record, playing card. And when we wake, I want us to begin again, never saying anything more lovely than garage door. Take care. Happy Valentine's Day, I hope. Enjoy the snow. Be kind. Try to be cheerful. We'll make it. We will.